The title of this painting is Trick or Treat, and again, trying to do different skies and purple clouds and that type of thing in my Victorian houses. These houses also, I think, come from the Cornhill area, but as I mentioned before, I do change colors and things. Halloween has always been a lot of fun for us. When my kids were young and went out trick-or-treating, I used to dress up in the house. And then I had this witch's hat and fake nose and glasses, and I would do all kinds of things and ooh and ah at all the kids coming, and love it. So it's a fun time. I love Halloween. So it's a lot of children doing different things. David is running with Muffy, and he used to love being a hobo. Because I think the part he liked was blackening his face with a cork. That was, before they had all kinds of makeup that you could use. And I think Halloween is getting to be a bigger and bigger holiday. People are enjoying it more and doing things. The house on the left has a lot of black cats, some in the window on the porch running by. And also in this painting I did, owls on the rooftop and blackbirds. The name of this painting is Ice Fishing. I got the idea for this painting by leafing through a magazine that dealt with New England, and they showed a couple of fishing shacks and people ice fishing, and I thought it would be kind of fun to see what would happen underneath the ice. So that's really the important part of the painting for me. I thought just to have this idea of you're looking at this scene, but actually you're seeing the fish underneath the ice and what's happening. What I tend to do in most of my paintings when I'm doing snowfall, the snow only falls in the sky. It doesn't hit the ground or anything. And a reoccurring theme is a little boy with a dog. The boy is always running, the dog is always chasing him, and that came about with my son, David. When I first started to paint, I asked him to show me how he ran, and so I put him in a painting, and thereafter he kept asking me where he is, and he's now 38 years old, but I've been putting him in almost every painting. The name of this painting is Miss Emma's Canine Care. And those houses are Cornhill houses. So I've taken a lot of photographs of the old Victorian houses along Cornhill. And I really like them because they're so interesting. I do change the colors sometime, and I don't pay attention if the fences are authentic. I wanted to do a painting that just involved dogs, and so I wanted to see how many breeds of dogs I could get into one painting, and I never counted them here, so I don't know. And what I tried to do with this painting is have the people match the dogs. So the woman with the goldish poodle there is wearing a coat that has the same type, and the man walking the bulldog kind of looks like he's got the mutton chops there, the of that. And I named this for my granddaughter because she's 10 years old and she just loves animals, dogs in particular. But she started in her school a charity to raise money for dog shelters. And so that's what she does. So I decided to call it Miss Emma's. We joke because we sometimes call her Miss Emma. So Miss Emma's Canine Care. And then I realized I probably got myself into trouble because I have 4 grandchildren. And it means that while I might paint them into another painting, I better start thinking of something that I could title them. She doesn't know it, so she's going to be quite surprised when she comes to the show. She doesn't know that her name is in this painting. Again, the time period, the car is like 1939 or... My dad had a coupe that had a rumple seat in the back, and so I like cars of that era. This painting is called Rainy Day, and it was one of my experiments in trying to paint different skies, because usually one of the things they say about folk artists is that they always paint the same sky, the same tree. So I probably paint the same tree, but I did try different skies. I made the school cobblestone because in this area we have cobblestones. And I decided to have the kids all wearing yellow slickers. And the yellow slickers idea is something that I got from my mother. One of her philosophies is that everybody should own an imaginary yellow slicker. And this way, if something gets thrown your way, it just slides right off of this yellow slicker. And I just thought it would be very colorful to show all of these kids wearing these bright yellow slickers in this rainy sky. And if you notice, again, the rain is only in the sky. It's not on the kids. I don't know why I stop at that point, but I do. I always try to get an American flag in some place if it's suitable. David running again and a kid splashing a puddle, because you know that that's exactly what kids do. This painting is called A Game of Hockey, and the idea of it was just thinking about kids in rural areas and the kinds of things that they do for fun. So I thought, well, I'd do a farm scene, but that the stream or creek by the farm would be frozen, and so school would be out and he invites a whole group of friends over to play. I kind of approach most of my paintings like quilting. I have a problem with leaving space, so I'd like to fill up everything, and sometimes that's a mistake. But this one I thought was fun. So I like families. I have grandfather chopping wood. I have mom out there with the kids and dogs and animals.